whispered logic puzzles. Thank you for joining me. I'm Andrea, and I'm going to play some Sandwich Sudoku by Cracking the Cryptic. We are on level 37. This is a 9-star level. Just like regular Sudoku, each row has the digits from 1 to 9 with no duplicates. Each column has the digits from 1 to 9 with no duplicates. And each 3 by 3 section, surrounded by the darker border, has the digits from 1 to 9 with no duplicates. So starting out, I like to find my 1s and my 9s. Every little square that I know cannot be a 1 or a 9. At this stage, I will put an X in it. So in this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 19. That can be done with 3 or 4 digits. That means the 9 could be here or here. And in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 10. That can be done with 2 or 3 digits. So the 9 could be here or here. And down in this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 15. That can be done with 2, 3, or 4 digits. That means the 9 is here, or here, or here. And in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 14. That can be done with 2, 3, or 4 digits. That means the 9 could be here, or here, or here. Okay, so now I'm just going to look at what information I can get from each column and row. In this one, I can't figure anything else out yet. 7, I don't know. Okay, it'll be 21. Okay, with this being a 26, a 26 is a minimum of 4 digits. That means the center cannot be a 1 or a 9. Because if you have a 1 or a 9 here, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 digits. And the other would be here. Same from the other side. So I can safely put that X right there. Okay, and this will be a 10. Okay, here we've got 29. That's 5 or 6 digits. That means all 3 centers cannot be a 1 or a 9. Because if I have a 1 or a 9 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. The other one has to be on the other side. So that means a 1 or a 9 will be in one of these 2 places. And a 1 or a 9 will be in one of these 2 places. Which means when I look at this square, I've got a 1 here. So a 9 will be here or here. And I can put X's right here. So now, 15. We can't do anything else there. So this is a 0, which means the 1 and the 9 will be consecutive. this is just like on the top row, because in this row, I know that one of these three will be a 9. So this cannot be a 1 or a 9, because otherwise the other would have to be here or here since they're consecutive in this row. So let's look back at this column, because I got an X on the top and the bottom. It's a minimum of 4 digits. So let's say I have a 9 right here. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I had a 9 right here, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. So I know that those 3 cannot be. So let's see. So I know I'll have one in this column and one in this column. And I'll have one in this column and one in this column. Okay, let's see. Let's just go through again. 10, 20, 7, 21, 3. Okay, so since I know in this center square there has to be a 1 or a 9 is on this side, but they can't both be on this side because I can't put a 10 in the center. And a 1 or a 9 is on this side, but not both because I can't put a 21 in the center. But that means that from somewhere in here, it's going to go to either above or below, but I was just looking. Let's say I had a 1 or a 9 here, and it was 3 digits. Go 1, 2, 3. So there is no way that this could be a 1 or a 9, because whether this was here, here, or here, that would be blocked. And that's with a minimum of 3 digits. And again, looking at the bottom, from here, I've got to go 1, 2, 3 digits. So I know for sure that that cannot be a 1 or a 9 in those spots. Okay, and one will be up here, and one will be down here. And actually, something I can figure out, this can't be 5 digits. Because to be 5 digits, there'd be 1 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other here. But in this row, it would have to be a 9, and in this row, it would have to be a 9. So, it can't be 5 digits. And here I know I'll have a 9 here, or a 9 here, and a 1 here, or a 1 here. 2, 14, 0, 19, 10, 19, 10, 8, 15. Okay, 1 has to be over here, and 1 has to be over here, because I can't put a 15 in the middle and have 1 here and 1 here. So since one of them is over here, if I look at this square, so 1 over here, that means 1 will be down here. It can't be in this spot, because then both of these would have to be a 1 or a 9. So right here is either a 1 or a 9, which means this is also either a 1 or a 9. Now let's look at the columns. In this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 7. That can be done with 1 or 2 digits. So the other will be here or here. And in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 21. That can be done with 3, 4, or 5 digits. So the other will be here or here. And it will be 3 or 4 digits. Okay, then since one of these is the 9, that means this is a 1. That also means these two cannot be. And in this square to finish it off, this is the 9. And I can see down here, this is the 9. Okay, so in this row, it'll be 3 or 4 digits to the 1. And then one of these will be in 9. And since this is the 26, there has to be one up here and one down here. So there's the 9. And 4 digits to the 1. Okay. And in this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 10. That can be done with 2 or 3 digits. So the 9 could be here, or here, or here. And I'll have a 9 somewhere in here. Okay. Actually, for this row to complete, the 9 has to be right here. And then in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 10, which is 2 or 3 digits, so the 1 will be here or here. Okay. Looking in this row for the 19. They can't both be on this side and they can't both be on this side, so there will be a 1 or a 9 over here and a 1 or a 9 over here. But if one of them was right here, it would be 5 digits before it got to the other, so this can't be it. So right here has to be the 9, which finishes that column. And then the 1 could be here or here, but the 1 can't be here because there's a 1 in this column, so I'll put an X here. And the 1 right here. And in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 15. That can be done with 2 or 3 digits. That means the 9 is right here. And in this row, the 1 and the 9 are right next to each other, so the 1 is right here. Which finishes this square and the row. And down here, this square needs a 9 right here. And up here, this square needs a 9 right here. Okay, in this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 10. That can be done with 2 or 3 digits. That means the 1 is right here, which finishes this square and this row. And in this column, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 10. Here will be 3 digits, and now we'll put the 9 right here. And in this row, the digits between the 1 and the 9 add up to 8. It could be 1 or 2 digits. Now it's going to be 1, and that puts the 1 right here. And this last spot right here will be a 1. this column, there will be 2 digits that make the 14. 6 and 8. So then, since this can only be 5, 7, or 8, I know this is an 8. And that makes this a 6. And in this column, I have 2 digits to make the 15. 7 and 8. Since both the 7 and the 8 will be up here, this cannot be a 7, so this is a 5. In this column, I have 5 digits to make 29. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up here, there's already a 7 and an 8 in the square, so this could be 3, 5, 6. Down here, there's already a 6. Actually, I'll do these 2 first, so these 2 could be 3, 5, 7, or 8. And down here in this row, there's also an 8. So this one could be 3, 5, 7. And then the ones outside have to be a 2 or a 4. Okay, in this column, I have 2 digits to make 10. In this column, I have 4 digits to make 26. 5, 6, 7, or 8. This has to be a 6 because that's the only overlapping digit. So these 3 are 5 or 7 or 8. And then the 3 outside would have to be 2, 3, or 4. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, in this column, I'll have 4 digits to make 21. This column, I have 2 digits to make 7. See, this is 2, 3, 4. So this one would have to be 3, 4, or 5. In this column, I have 3 digits to make 20. 5, 7, or 8. There's already an 8 here, so these 2 will be 5 or 7. So the 4 outside will have to be 2, 3, 4, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 6. And 2, 3, 4, 6. And in this column, I first noticed this is a 7. Okay, and then I have 3 digits to make 10, which is 2, 3, and 5. In this square here, there's already a 5, so the 5 will go right here. And then these will be 2 or 3. And in this column, let's see, I have 1. So the outside ones will have to be 4, 6, or 8. So 4, 6, 8. 4, 6, 8. Okay, looking in this square, I have 1, 2, 3. I don't have a 4 yet, so a 4 could go over here. You have 5 here. I don't have a 6. And then there's 7 and 8. Right? And this column, there's a 4 or a 6 here, so this can't be a 4 down here anymore. Okay, let's see if I can come up with anything new. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 6. 5. 5, 7, 8. This cannot be a 3. But it could be a 5, 7, or 8. Here I have 2 digits to make 10. So this can't be a 5. So 3, 7, or 8. So over here, it could be 2, 3, or 7. But looking in this column, it can't be a 7 because there's a 7 up here. So since this can't be a 7, this can't be a 3. Got the 8. 2, 3, 4. 4 is either in one of these two. So this can't be a 4. Also, just looking. This square, I have 3 squares in here that are 2, 3, or 4, which means the other 3 have to be 5, 7, and 8. Okay. Alright, in this one I've got 3 digits. I have 2 or 4, so this can't be. 5, 7, 8. Okay. This column, I have 1. I don't have. I don't know whether to fill in these others ones that they could be yet. Because that's 5 spots. Let's hold off for just a bit. Okay, 15 will be 7 or 8. Wonder if we should put in what's in the rest of these. Okay. So in this column, I'm gonna have 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 5 here. So 2, 3, 4, 6. There's a 6 right here. So 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 6. But one of these is a 4, so let's take that 4 out. So 2, 3, or 6. And that means the 4 has to go right here. Okay. So that's a 2 or a 3, and that's a 2, 3, 6. Oh, this can't be a 2 because there's a 2 over here also. Which means this has to be the 2. And that narrows this down to a 3. Makes this a 2. Okay. 3, 5, 7, 8. Okay. This column. Done that yet. And I don't see anything else here yet. These are the 4 digits here. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yep, that's possible. Okay, this is 4, 6 up here. Down here, actually, to add up to the 7. So that's either a 2 or a 3 here. So this has to be a 4 or a 5. Can't be a 3, so this is a 5. Which makes this a 2. So then in this column I have 1, 2. I don't have 3. So 3 is up here. So 4 here, 5, 6. And then I don't have 7 or 8. So these 3 are 3, 7, or 8. So it means a 3 can't go here. And an 8 can't go here. So 5, 7, 3, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 6, 8. Okay, in this row, I know this is either a 3, 7, or 8. So this could be 2, 3, or 7 to make the 10. And here we go. See, 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8. Okay, with this being a 5, 7, 8, this being a 5, 7, 8. This middle one has to be either 4 or 6. Which means in this column, to add up to a 10, we've got 4 and 6, so this has to be a 4 or a 6 as well. Which means this can't be a 4, so this is 3. Which makes this a 4. That makes this a 2. And then looking down here, 7, 8 are in these two, so this is a 5. Okay, in this column now, I have 1. I don't have a 2, so a 2 could be either here or here. I have a 3, I have a 4, 5, 6, and then a 7 or an 8. Could be here. And this one, it can't be 8, but it could be a 7. Actually, since the center is 5, 7, or 8, this can't be a 7, so this one has to be 2. Over here I have 1, 2. So I don't have a 3. None of these can be a 3, and there's a 3 in this row, so this is a 3. And then I just realized this can't be an 8 because there's an 8 right there. But, so 1, 2, 3. This could either be a 4 or a 6 here. Because then the 5, 7, 8 is here. So this is a 4 or 6, this is a 4 or 6. 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 7, 8. Let's see, in this column, I have 4 digits to add up to 21. I have a 3 and a 4. So can't be that, can't be that, can't be that. So these other two are 6 and 8. This can only be the 6, which makes this the 8. And now this is narrowed down to 7. This is a 4. This is an 8. This is a 6. Okay, up here I have 1. Oh wait, first let's keep going. I see a 3 right here. Is there anything else? Yes, here's a 4. This is a 2. And let me finish the square real fast because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. Okay, so up here, I have 1. I don't have a 2. Then I have 3, 4. I don't have a 5. I have 6, and I don't have a 7. An 8, 9. Oh, down here, this is a 4. This is a 6. And 3, 7, 8. In this square, I have 1, 2. I don't have a 3, so this is the 3. And up here, I have 1. I don't have a 2. And 3. I don't have a 4. And I don't have a 5. Then 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2, 4, or 5 are here, which means this has to be a 6. Okay. So let's see. 5, 7. This row, this is a 4 between the 1 and the 9 to make a 19. So the others have to be 7 and 8. This cannot be a 5. This cannot be a 5. That means this has to be a 5. That makes this a 7. And that means this over here is 8, which makes this a 7. Makes this an 8. Makes this a 5. Makes this a 7. Makes this a 5. Okay. Down here, between the 1 and the 9, I have 2 and 7. So this has to be a 6. That makes this a 3. And this is a 4. That makes this a 3. This is a 6. That makes this an 8. And up here I now have a 6. Between the 1 and the 9 here, this is 2 or 7. This is 7 or 8. So the only way it'll matchup is with 2 and 8. So it makes this a 2, and this an 8. And now this is a 7. And looking in this row, there's already a 5, so this is a 4. This is an 8. And let's see. Between this 1 and 9 to make 19, it can't have a 6 or an 8. So it has to be 3, 4, 5, 7. So this one has to be 4. And that makes this a 3. That makes this a 7. And that makes this a 5. And this here is a 4. And a 7.